Hello and welcome everyone to the Amateur Commentator. This is Somit here, and I have with me Anshul. And today we'll be discussing Rajasthan Royals and their prospects for IPL 2022. Hi Anshul. Let's start with Rajasthan Royals, one of the fan favorites. What are your views on their team, and how do you see them performing?
Thanks, Amit. I think Rajasthan lost one of its MVP in form of Ben Stoke. That is something which will be very important for them because let's first take a look at it. Their possible playing 11, which they will probably field. We'll have someone like Jaiswal and Josh Butler to open the innings, followed by Padikkal, followed by Sanju Samson, and probably either of Van der Dussen or Hetmeyer to occupy the fifth batting position, followed by Riyan Parag. So this looks like a pretty decent top six batting lineup. But the only concern for me here is it's too much single dimensional. Yes, you have likes of Josh Butler, who is a very attacking batsman, but then you also have Jaiswal, Padikkal, Samson, who are pretty much innings builder. They are not out and outright attacking batsmen. So that is something a bit concern for me. When we are talking about their bowling, they are probably one of the better bowling team. I would say at least four bowling options, including Ashwin, Trent Bolt, Chahal, and Krishna. The fifth bowling option, currently we have included Jimmy Neesham, but the weak link where I see here is the fifth bowling option. If Jimmy Neesham is not able to perform that well, if some of the bowlers have an off day, you are essentially relying on underarm bowling of someone like Riyan Parag. So that is a bit concern for me. I know, pun intended, but they will very much miss the likes of Ben Stokes, who was providing them, the balance of additional batsman and additional bowler. So that is one area which I believe Rajasthan would be struggling. Apart from the backups, you have someone like Navdeep Saini in the squad, whom I am not expecting to get the game directly because of the performance which Prasidh Krishna has put up in the recent concluded series. And you have someone like McCoy. But again, they have fairly decent, foreigner replacements, but not a lot of Indian replacements, especially in the batting department. Yes, they have Karun Nair, but again, he is also a similar player like what we have in the likes of Devdutt Padikkal and Jaiswal. What's your opinion?
First of all, I think I'll disagree at the start when you said that Jaiswal, Padikkal, and Samson are more of an anchor. I don't think that they are. I think they are pretty attacking players. Other than Padikkal, Padikkal is more in the mold of someone like Shreyas Iyer or Virat Kohli, where they like to build an innings and then, or for that matter, Rohit has also been doing that a lot of late. But someone like Jaiswal, I think we saw the year's game against Chennai where Rituraj Gaikwad scored century. Evan Lewis and Jaiswal came out all guns blazing, and they kind of chased down that almost nearly 200 run target in less than 18 over or in the 18th over. So I think Jaiswal has the potential to be an out and out explosive opener. And with someone like Josh Butler on the other side, I think that's it. That's a good combination. A lot of talks was there when they picked up Padikkal whether he's going to open or not, but I think the team is quite clear that they would go with Jaiswal and Butler as the opener, Padikkal coming in at number 3, followed by Samson. I think this is a good batting attack. Not the best in the in the IPL, but I think they are quite decent. They are attacking players. They've got a good steady middle order in Rassie, middle order batsman in Rassie Van der Dussen. Whether he's going to play or whether it's going to be Hetmeyer, who actually performed pretty well for Delhi. Delhi would have liked to keep him back, but I think there's so many players that you can retain. So obviously Delhi couldn't get him, but that's a good option. Jimmy Neesham kind of looks like he has got another wing with the kind of international performances that he has been putting in. So that's also a good option to have in the lower middle order where you need good hitters. And I've had a lot of expectations from Riyan Parag. He has not set the IPL on fire, I would say, but he's someone with immense potential, and I see him. I see this being a breakout year for him, and I hope that it is because that kid has also got a lot of potential. Coming to the bowling attack, I think you are right. This is a strong bowling attack, and they're probably the best spin pairing in Chahal and Ashwin. Uh, More experienced. Yeah, they are not. They don't have someone like Rashid Khan, but I think Yajvendra Chahal is a fairly decent leg spin bowler. I think one of the best in the business. I would rather say. And in Prashit Krishna and Trent Bolt, they've got a pretty decent bowling attack. So I think they have got all their bases covered.
Absolutely. And see, yes, we are talking about this particular season, but consider when, Rajasthan moving to Savai Man Singh Stadium the next year, you have Ashwin and Chahal bowling to pretty large square boundaries. This will be a very lethal bowling attack, not just this year, but in the next year as well. Because at the same time, you will have Trent Bolt, who has an experience when considering this year, right? He has already bowled a lot for Mumbai Indians in Wankhede and the Mumbai arena. And Prasidh Krishna is in very good form. So yes, they have a very good bowling lineup. In terms of their batting performances, I'm not sure whether Rassie Vanderdussen will get a chance directly. I still believe Rajasthan would go with Hetmeyer first, but I would have gone probably the other way around, considering even Hetmeyer is not there in the West Indies lineup as well. And this is not one of the strongest West Indies lineup which we have seen in the recent past. I would probably like to go ahead with Van der Dusen first before, if he's not able to perform, then moving on to Hetmeyer.
Yeah, I must say that I was surprised that Harpar was not picked for the India tour when West Indies came here. I think he's a good enough batsman. He's pretty experienced in IPL and he has done fairly well. So I was expecting him to be a part of the team, but let's see whether they pick someone like Van der Dusen or whether they go with Hetmeyer. Saying that, you are correct when you said that they don't have a lot of backup options except for someone like Karun Nair, and that's quite evident when we look at the squad. It looks a bit thin on the backups, but if it's a 10-team IPL, you kind of this is going to be there for the next couple of seasons until uh, the backup strength goes. I think it will have to grow from bottom up, and the more we have 10-team IPL, the more season goes by, I think we'll be getting better and better backups in that sense. So I don't think that is going to be an issue as such, because most of the teams don't have great backups. There's so many Indian players that you can take, and that in that sense that Rajasthan are pretty well placed in terms of their playing 11 and a couple of good backups. They have got quite a decent backup of foreigners with the likes of Daryl Mitchell. Nathan Coulter-Lyons has been also in the IPL for long time now, and he has
Yeah.
done quite well. So all in all, I think Rajasthan squad looks good. It's not the Moneyball squad that was there in season one, but with Shane Warne no longer with us, maybe it will be a tribute for Wani if Rajasthan can make it to the top four. So I'll get straight away to the question: do you see them finishing in top four?
See, they have a team for, and they have a good bowling lineup for that. If and assuming the kind of batsmen which are there in the team, I would not say that they will outright they'll go ahead and score 200 and 220 runs every match, but this looks a fairly consistent batting lineup. So I would say they would be somewhere in the mid table, but a strong contender for at least the fourth spot in this year's cycle.
Yeah, I think they will be fighting for that fourth position. They missed that out. They have been missing on that position for quite some time now, but they have done well in few matches. They are not that consistent, and this season also I see that being their main Achilles heel. Their consistency is going to be their Achilles heel. If they pick up, let's say, two, 3 wins on the trot, then they will be pretty well placed. But they've not been doing that. So yeah, I have my concerns there. This is the second season. This will be the second season for Kumar Sangakkara. So there you can expect him knowing the team better, and then he is a good tactician. So that is also something that I'm looking forward to, like how he works with Sanju and how the team performs. Saying that, they have got one hell of a social media team, so they are going to be fan favorites. I don't know whether they are going to be a favorite for the top four. Let's now move on to players to watch out for. So who are the three that you would be looking forward to this season?
See, as we talked about, firstly, Riyan Parak, yes, I would like him to succeed. I like him as a player. It's just that the amount of opportunities which he has received, he has not done justice with the talent which he has. The second would be using Chahal, because he is an important cog in the wheel for Indian T20 side. So it will be important for him, and he will be bowling alongside Ashwin. So that will be another factor for him, to learn a lot. And the next player I would like to watch for is Yashasvi Jaiswal. He's a young batsman. He did not receive a lot of opportunities in the last season, but going ahead, I think he will only grow. And especially, as you talked about, when he's learning from the likes of Sangakkara, apart from more than just technician, he is also a very good mentor, I would say, for young batsmen like Yashasvi Jaiswal. So these are three players for me to watch out for this season for Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, for me, I think though pretty much that sums up pretty much it. I think Riyan Parag is someone I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to see how Yashasvi Jaiswal plays. The third one would be Prasidh Krishna. I think I know that Chahal is there and Ashwin is there, and that would be quite exciting to see both of them bowling in tandem. But I'm looking forward to see how Krishna plays. He did well for Kolkata, got selected to the Indian team, got the man of the series in against West Indies. So yeah, this is one of those seasons where he'll have to pick up a lot more responsibilities. And with someone like Trent Bolt beside him, I think he's going to do fairly well. So he's also someone that I'm looking forward to. The other thing that I'm looking forward to is the rapport between Ashwin and Joss Butler. I mean, I think I'm not sure whether Butler would be keeping to Ashwin or whether it will be Sanju Samson. Perhaps Samson would be the keeper. But that's something that I'm looking forward to, considering the fact that it was that incident between Ashwin and Butler which kickstarted a debate, which just finally resulted in that form of run out being legitimized now. So yeah,
I'm sure the relationship which Joss Butler and Ashwin will have, which it will be much better as comparison to what Hooda and Kunal Pandya will have in their team.
Yeah, we discussed that also. I think Krunal and Hooda, and this is much more of a chill kind of relationship. So yeah, seeing that both of us feel that Rajasthan would be somewhere there or thereabout for the top four. A lot will depend on the tactics that they employ and how Sanju Samson and others perform. So yeah, let's look forward to the IPL and see how they perform. Anything else to add, Anshul?
One other things, there are a lot of teams this season. We have 10 teams, but Rajasthan is probably one of the team where some of the matches where when it comes down to the wire, other teams might be wary of, because you have a very strong bowling lineup, and at the same time you have batsmen who can single-handedly win matches as well. So a lot of the teams like CSK, Mumbai Indians, KKR, and Delhi, who are stronger teams in this season, would be wary of at least Rajasthan Royals, because they can outperform and outmatch them in a lot of the scenarios.
Yeah, and I think they should do well. They should try for the top four position, maybe playoffs, and it would be a fairy tale if they win. And because it would be a great tribute to Shane Warne. Rajasthan Royals' story is incomplete without Shane Warne, and I think we would be looking forward to how they perform. So yeah, that's it from us. I request everyone to kindly like, share, subscribe our content. We will be doing a lot of these episodes at the end of the matches in IPL, during the IPL, and so please click the notification button so that you can get our views once the matches are done, and we'll be doing a thorough review of the IPL season as well. At the same time, we have the Jeddah Grand Prix coming up, Formula One. It has been a great start for Ferrari and Charles Leclerc, and let's see how Max Verstappen comes back. So saying that, thank you for watching. Kindly like, share, subscribe, and keep watching the space. Thank you.
Thank you.